Hello, Slice Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you. Today we have the Bestech Shodan. This is a collaboration with Todd Knife and Tool. You can tell just kind of glance at it. They have a very unique aesthetic. I'm going to show another one here in a moment, but I really like it. It is, I'm not going to say it's a love it or hate it, but it's close to it. It's very industrial techno sort of looking. I really like it. I think it looks cool. I own another one you're going to see in a moment. Like I said, the malware. It's just a very sort of futuristic-y sort of look, and I really dig it. This one comes in several different colorways. This one is the marbled carbon with the satin blade, plain tie on the other side. You can also get it fully blacked out. You can get it in plain tie, and I believe you can get it with the carbon with the blacked out blade. I think it looks really cool in any of those configurations. This is definitely the one I prefer the most, though, but I think it's a cool looking thing. Definitely a lot of time has gone into milling and stuff on this, and the price does reflect that to some point. This carbon version is $246. Both the carbon versions are. The titanium ones are $230. So keep that in mind. Not terribly inexpensive, but you are getting very good steel. S35VN, as this misplaced stamp implies. That is not on every one of them. I did look in pictures and stuff, and other people who have done, I don't think anybody's done many videos on it, but other places I've seen it. Yeah, my stamp just got misplaced a bit on mine. Bit of a quality issue there, not a huge deal, but normally, no, it's all completely on the flat. But S35VN, titanium, carbon fiber. It's not overpriced by any means, but I definitely would not call it a bargain. You get that sometimes on collabs because the people on the back end need to make some money too. But I definitely think it's worth the money. You get a nice pouch and all that. Again, I'm going to link at the end. If you want to stick around till the end, the suggested video will be my unboxing of this, so you can take a look at that and see more of the stuff it comes with. And Bestech does better and better and better and better with that every single day. So they do better and better and better with a lot of things. Quality on this is outstanding. Before we get into the specs and size comparisons, I have to say, Bestech is killing it. A lot of their new knives are so nice, even their budget stuff. I just did the Texel a while ago, and man, what a nice knife for the price. Bestech's quality has just skyrocketed. Their screws have gotten better. Like, just the little things have gotten so much better. The only other quality issue I had, and I guess I could save it till the ergos, but I'm not going to because it's not really an ergonomic thing. You can see these little ridges in the carbon. They were a bit sharp, and I messaged Zelric. Zelric42, if you don't know, is one half of Todd Knife and Tool. He's on the YouTubes. I said, yeah, this is kind of sharp. And he goes, hey, give it a week. It'll smooth out. And, he was right. It did. But he said, yeah, they wish they'd have smoothed it out, but they didn't. And thought about taking some sandpaper to it. Started to, and then decided I didn't need to. And I decided to listen to his advice and wait a while. And he was right. It smoothed right out, and it's fine now. It's not smooth, but that's just kind of the design. But yeah, other than that and the stamp being in the wrong place, man, they're just overall, the stuff that matters has just become really, really good with Bestech. Quite impressed. Now, let's get to the specs and size comparisons now that we're almost 3 minutes and 45 seconds in here. You have, this is a pretty big sucker, overall length of 8.75 inches, blade length of 3.9 inches, and you have a blade thickness of 0.16 inches, so a bit thick, not crazy, but pretty thick. Handle thickness of 0.5 inches, and a weight of, according to my scales, 3.93 ounces, which is what Bestech claimed, so golf clap, because you nailed it. Now let's give the golf clap when they actually have the weight that they said it was going to be. So pretty close to that 1 ounce to 1 inch ratio that we all like to see. So not bad at all. Size comparisons. Let's do some of our usuals. We have your Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So you can see a significantly larger blade, but really not that much larger of a knife. And your Spyderco Para 3, because it's something that a lot of you guys have. And we're just going to do 2 more because, like I said, if you go to the unboxing video, I did a few there as well. I think I had the Shaman and stuff in there, which this is pretty comparable to the Shaman. We have your full-size Griptilian from Benchmade. And since it's a big titanium frame lock, one of my favorite big titanium frame locks, the 0562 Tie from Zero Tolerance. Pretty much in that same sort of size range. It's not a huge knife, but it's definitely not one you would call small by any stretch of the imagination, especially, let's just use the grip since we have it out here. When you close it, it's not quite like Mannix 2 tall, but it's a pretty tall knife. And the grip's probably a bad example. Yeah, let's bring the PM2 back out because this grip is pretty, yeah, they're both pretty tall. Anywho, it's what a bad example to present. It's a bit tall, but it's not crazy town. But it is a bit tall. You're looking at what, like about an inch and a half. So a bit more than average. It's not slim like a 940 or something, but it's not too crazy. Now, as far as this blade goes, I've really grown to very much enjoy this blade. About 18 thousandths behind the edge, so not bad at all. And yeah, pretty thick blade stock, but it is mostly a full flat grind. You do have that fuller, which is, I think, kind of just for looksies more than anything else. But it does slice really well. I've been hacking through cardboard and stuff. Like I said, I got this around Thanksgiving time, so this spent some time going through some Christmas cardboard. And as the season indicates, and as the fact that I have not cleaned the blade, which I should probably do that before I do reviews, right? You can see it's still got some tape crap on it. But I use this, so I don't really clean it that often. I should probably do the opposite of that, but that's what I do. It's been really, really good. Great slicer. I've been very happy with it. Is it the sliciest thing on the planet? No, but it's not bad for a full flat grind and pretty thick blade stock. And from that pretty thick blade stock, you do get a really good tip on it if you have to pierce anything. Your average sort of daily piercing tasks, if that's a thing, you don't have to worry too much about like snapping the tip off or anything. Pretty robust blade. Pretty happy with that. Todd Knife and Tool is always working on stuff that's going to be very workaday. Definitely designed to be users, not just to look pretty, even though I think they do. As far as the ergonomics go, outstanding. And that is something I was not expecting from this. I honestly ordered this because I thought it looked cool and was not expecting it to feel good in the hand, and it absolutely does. Whether you're holding it in a normal grip, you've got a little bit of a thumb ramp there, works really well. Blade's pretty far away when you do that, but that's because it has this very generous forward finger choil. If your fingers don't fit in that, you're a mutant. You should call the X-Men and join them. That is a very big forward finger choil, and it works great, and it's very comfortable. Jimping up here is pretty aggressive, but it's very well rounded off, very well machined. It's not uncomfortable or anything. That little bit of I talked about with the little striations back here, it doesn't bother you at all when it's in your hand. Even when they weren't worn down and they were still sharp, it's fine. Pocket clip, yeah, I guess it's there, but it's not that big a deal. The thing I was most worried about was this kind of sharp edge back here. Yeah, it's there. It's there, but it just doesn't bother me. I really like the ergos on this. I think they work great. And when you choke back here, that little flat bit works really well. I really like the ergos on it. And that has been the one problem I've had with one other Todd Knife and Tool design. The Roxy didn't fit my hand that well, but this really, really does. Really enjoy using this. It's really, really pleasant to have in your pocket. Now, as far as the carry goes, not bad. It's not amazing, but not bad, for a knife this size. No deep carry clip, obviously. It's got this really fancy milled clip. Does slide in and out very, very well. You have a fair bit sticking out. You can still get your hand by it, no problem. Not a big thing there. And it's okay. We're gonna see. It's not great, but there's nothing to really complain about. I would definitely not put it, if I was rating it pros and cons, like I was trying to decide whether or not to break up with my girlfriend, I wouldn't put it in a con. It's just kind of a thing. By the way, I do not have a girlfriend. I have a wife, and she's not going anywhere. Carries pretty well. And action-wise, though, it's really good. It's broken in even more. I really was impressed with it out of the box, and now even more so. Thumb flick, or spidey flick it, thumb flick it, whatever you want to do. I mostly spidey flick it to open it, but the flipper tab still works really well. Pretty minimalist flipper tab, which I like, but it is ahead of the pivot, so it doesn't need to be that big. You get a bit more leverage, got just the right amount of jimping on it. They nailed it as far as the right amount of jimping that it needs. The flipper tab on this is amazing. I feel kind of sad that I hardly ever use it, but I just really like to spidey flick it, so I hardly ever use it. Yeah, this knife has really grown on me. I really liked it out of the box a lot more than I thought I would, and the more I've carried it, the more that admiration has increased. I do really enjoy it. Now, I will say, probably the people who are going to comment this haven't even watched this far, but when I first put it up, I got a million comments. Looks like a Strider. And I initially said, yeah, I don't see that. I've never owned a Strider. I'm never going to, for other reasons I'm not going to get into, but okay, it kind of does. It does. I admit it now. I looked more at some other Strider models, and okay, it kind of does. But everything kind of looks like everything, and I know that Terrell, Zelric 42 is a big Strider fan, and I would call this inspired by. It's definitely by no means anywhere close to a copy of a Strider anything, not even remotely. The overall shape, if you'd been drinking the night before and hitting the head and squinted at it from across the room, I guess kind of the general shape is somewhat similar, especially the back part of the handle. But whatever, enough knives come out, everything looks like everything, so I'm not going to hold that against it in any way whatsoever. Like I said, the price is fair. It's not a bargain, but it's fair. If you do go to whitemountainKnives.com right now, you get 10% off. They have all of them in stock except this one. I always feel like I'm saying that. When I review a knife, it's like, yeah, they have 4 different versions. The only one not in stock is this one. It's that same way again, but you get 10% off. So if you want one of the full tie versions, $230, and then you get 10% off. Use the code SDWMK at checkout. There's a link down below to do all that. But I'm really, really liking this knife a lot more than I expected to. I really thought it was going to be a catch and release. Like I said, my only other higher end Bestech is also a Todd knife and tool. This is the Malware. I like them both. I'm digging what they're doing. I'm picking up what they're putting down, as they say, and I'm very happy about that because Terrell is, I admit, a friend of mine. But the first one they came out with, the Roxy, didn't float my boat. But these two have, so, and I have not tested a Roxy 4 yet. I really should get my hands on one of those. I think that's a we-made knife, but they're doing a lot of really, really cool stuff. Keep an eye out on them, and keep an eye out on the Shodan. Don't sleep on this one. This is a really, really cool knife for $230 to $246. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.